Now, previously we have already done our onboarding flow and everything is working. The only thing that remains is we have to save some settings in our database in the shared preferences, and also we have to redesign a little bit of our home screen. The home screen does not look that great because of the iceberg, and we need to do some redesigning here. Now, the iceberg is what I do not like. The rest of the stuff it's okay. Also, if everything is working, I have to make sure that every onboarding flow and the home screen is connected and everything is done before we add the database and actually do some calculations behind the scene. Let's try to release this MVP as soon as possible. Let's get to coding and let's try to actually make the home screen look a little bit different and much more nicer. As you can see, this particular iceberg does not look like an iceberg. It looks like, I don't know what it looks like, but it does not look that great, and I want to change that. Also, I need to add a bottom sheet which actually gives us perks. Let's try to recreate this particular portion. And also, I was talking about the perks here, which basically showcases what kind of streak you're on, and let's get started. So I've been experimenting with my app, right? But I've encountered one problem in my app, that the glacier part of it cannot be resizable in the case of small screens. In the case of small devices, the glacier might not get adjusted according to the height and width of the device. So how can I make it look good? So the workaround that I'm thinking is, if I can make this particular screen scrollable, that will make the glacier look good actually. Now what I want to do is actually create a database to store my values, your name, amount of water that you're drinking, perks, how many days you have been drinking water. So I'm adding kind of a data store. Also, let's try to make the home screen as functional as possible. Let me show you the app right now in its starting prototype phase. So this is my app right now. Let me enter my name right here. Dish and dish. Enter 72, my weight, and let me enter my height, 172. Done. 5 to 6 days of workout. Done. It calculates our water and it says 3.7 liters of water. That is my requirement. Let me actually test one more thing. Let me rerun this thing and see if I enter less weight, what happens. Let me enter 56, which is very low. And what does it give? Okay, this is something that I was looking into. It always gives around 3.7 liters. That's not accurate. I need to change that a little bit. Let's try to change this particular water intake level. Now, for now, this is the home screen, right? It shows your name, it changes to good afternoon, and we have this meter, which is always 0%. I have certain amount filled in, in this particular iceberg, because without filled inside of this iceberg, the user might not understand what this iceberg actually does. If you just press the add button right here, it quickly adds water and also gives you, a certain appreciation, like keep going, you're doing great. Like you can add water, you're halfway through, keep it up, and it goes on and updates this thing as well. Yeah, you're doing great, 100%. Okay, good afternoon. The good afternoon actually updates on your, depending upon the day and the time you are in. And we have this streak screen and if you press on it, you have this perk meter, which basically shows how many days you have been following, making the first day, 30 days, 17 days, 7 days, 14 days. Also, on the scroll, the bottom bar and the button to add water actually disappears. Let's see how it goes. Let's get into coding and let's try our best. First of all, I need to add some database. Let's try to do that. Let's look at the things afterwards. Let's add database first of all. As you can see, I was able to actually integrate data store. Now that I've integrated data store into my app, I'm able to save all of this stuff into my database, into the local storage of the Android app. There's of course one single bug that is remaining. I'll try to turn it off because it's around some kind of null exception that I'm facing, because when I'm trying to get the water value, there is no value at all. For example, it's 0 inside of our data store. It somehow returns null, and that's giving me a crash. That's what I want to avoid right now. Other than that, everything is working. Let's try to actually use it and see how it's going. And I will run it right now. I've deleted the local storage from my app. Now I can see an onboarding screen and I can type my name. Even if I write it small, the H will always be capital. Thank you, extension functions in Kotlin. And I will put weights in kg, height 75, height of 172, and 5 to 6 days of workout. Done. And we are calculating your water intake. Your water intake is 3.7 liters, which is good. Let me show you how to actually solve this bug, because I'm not able to save the water as of now. But let me go and disable the function that is causing the bug. So the app is working right now. As you can see, it added a little bit of water right here. Let's add 500, and as you can see, it goes up. That you can add. It's 10.5 right now. Let's wait till 10.6 and then try to add another amount of 500. Okay, it's 10.6 right now. Let's try to add 500 here. Done. And as you can see, it goes up. It's 83%. Let's add one more, and yep, 100, and the streak gets updated. As you can see, streak 1, and it will be saved as well. I don't think so I will be able to see the streak after the updation. Oh, I'm able to, yeah, it's a different function. So I'm able to get the streak. As you can see, it's changed to Hitesh, and then it'll change to good morning again. For now, this is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.